Hello again, everybody. This is Josh Bycer from GameWisdom.com. I'm putting together another little video on Payday 2. Nothing controversial or crazy or anything like that, but I'm essentially testing the audience here to see if you guys would like to see more videos on Payday 2, actual plays of the game, since I made a lot of videos off the game talking more about the saves and the builds and whatnot. As you can see, I finally hit the big infamy level 25, so at the moment there is nowhere else for me to go. Everything's unlocked until they decide to expand things further. But for today's video, I want to talk about a build that I've put together that has surprisingly been kicking a lot of ass. And I'm talking about playing on Death Wish and killing Skull Dozers without much difficulty. It's what I've dubbed the Psycho build. Right over there, see? It's official. So, the build works by combining melee bonuses with frenzy to do some massive damage while making sure that it's hard for enemies to knock me down. It's been working really well with only a few disadvantages, and it seems to be a really great build if you want to go on the offensive. So let me show you, I'll walk you through this. First thing I have is the Sociopath. This is the exclusive perk tree for people who bought the Hotline Miami 2 special edition, whatever the collector's edition of the game was. That was one of the reasons why I wanted to make this build, because I always like to do things that are unique or something that not a lot of people will go for. I've been using ex-presidents a lot lately, so I switched to Sociopath, and it seems to be working well. They have altered it since I last played it to make it even better. So, for the different options, so first, within medium rage, you take 8% less damage. Headshot, of course, is the same. Same rule, every other skill is just about the same, as you can see. So, next one, killing enemy regenerates 30 armor. This cannot occur more than once every 2 seconds. I actually have an extra trick with that, which you'll see in a minute. Kill enemy with a melee weapon regenerates 10% health. I love this one because I like having the ability to regenerate my health. One of the things that I found, especially on Death Wish, is that if you can have some means to get your health back, it just keeps you in the fight so much longer, especially considering how much bleed out damage you take or how much health you lose when you get picked up, whether it's by running out of health or being knocked down by a cloaker. Overdose, kill enemy and medium rage regenerates 30 armor. So we have this and this. So I basically get 60 right there. Cannot occur more than once every 2 seconds. And then lastly, killing enemy at medium rage has a 75% chance to spread panic. Now, I remember, for those of you watching this, please correct me if I'm wrong, but I remember in the original form of Showdown that it had to be, I think, a melee weapon that you use to get the panic. But I could be wrong. But this has helped out dramatically, and it works really well with what I have set up in terms of my skill points. So let's go over here. First, actually, I think I'm going to start in reverse, because as you can see, we've done a lot here. I chose dual wielding, again, to be different, and because I really like the rate of fire and the ammo. So we have Equilibrium fully maxed out, Akimbo fully maxed out. Now this was a bit of a tough choice. I originally had this on, at least the basic level, and it basically gives you 10 more points or 10 more bullets since you're dual wielding. But I ran out, basically. I couldn't get everything that I wanted. And then I have one-hand talent for the additional damage, so increase by 5, then increase by additional 10. I was thinking about going up these, but again, the skill points was just too much. Over here is where the meat of my points have went to. First, martial arts for knocking enemies down and taking less damage. Bloodthirst, that is a very useful skill for me. Every kill I get increases the next melee damage. It only resets when striking an enemy, I assume it doesn't kill them. This has allowed me to get some really crazy stuff going on, where I kill one enemy and I can just basically wipe out a group of enemies all on my own, and they can't do a thing because of my chance to cause them to get panic. Pumping Iron, 50% more damage to non-special, and then 50% more damage to special. Really great. As a moment of hilarity, I actually killed a cloaker in melee range as he was coming around the corner. Berserker, really, really important for this build. It lowers your health. Or, I'm sorry, the lower your health, the more damage you do. So when your health is below 50%, you do 100% more damage with range, and you do 250% more melee and saw damage. So this synergizes with the Bloodthirst and with these bonuses as well. And then to really put that down, I have Frenzy. I heard that Frenzy may be getting a nerf at some point, or they may be altering it, but for right now, it's definitely been a major help. I only get 30% of my maximum health, can't heal above it, but I take 30% less health damage. And then I have an additional ace, so now I take 60% less health damage, meaning that it is very, very hard for enemies to drain my health. Even the Skull Dozers are having trouble that way. And those are augmented further by my additional bonuses. Here I simply just took speed a little bit, just so that I can move a little bit quicker, because I've been wearing the, I think I'm wearing the ballistic vest. Technician, accuracy, simply so I have a little bit more aiming with my Akimbos, and that's about it. And as you can see, Enforcer has certainly gotten the bulk of bonuses as well. So starting with Shotgunner, 3 or more enemies are near you, so I take 15% less damage, and I have 50% damage bonus. So when you're combined with the fact that I'm just running in melee, popping people with my drill, this works really well for me. Shotgun Impact, deal more damage. I could have gone this route, but because I'm using Bloodthirst here, that is sort of compensating. It's also why I don't need Desperado. Then we have Close By for hip firing with a shotgun, and Far Away. I basically did this just due to points. I didn't have enough points to ace one and get Overkill, so I just had to split them up this way. And then Overkill is a new part that's going to be really useful for this build. Basically took me to about level 99 to get this. When I kill an enemy with a shotgun or the portable saw, I receive a 75% damage increase for 20 seconds. And that is now being applied to my ranged weapon, so in this case my Akimbo pistols, which are also getting bonuses from One-Handed Talent and Berserker. So my pistols are basically doing almost the same amount of damage I would be doing with an assault rifle or with the M308 when everything's combined. The plan originally was to actually go up the Silent Killer line to get further bonuses, but again, I just ran out of points and it just really didn't seem necessary at this point. The other reason why I took this is for the saw. I'm basically using the saw either for its melee capabilities or so I have that to breach doors if the need comes. So either I'm going to take a shotgun or I'm going to take the saw. Tank is simply for making me even more resilient. And I took Bullseye so I get an additional 20 armor. So if we think about this, I get 20 armor for this. Killing an enemy regenerates 30, so that's 50. And then killing an enemy at medium range, I get another 30. So if that works, I should be getting 80 armor whenever I kill an enemy. Every 2 seconds, of course. but that has really kept me alive and made it a lot harder for enemies to take me down. Shock and Awe, another big one. I also took this so that I can deal with shields. Basically, there are three big threats to me: shields, cloakers, and tasers. I figure shields will probably be the most annoying since I'm not taking any explosives. And because of my huge ammo pool with my pistols, I can usually deal with the tasers pretty easily. The only real annoyance are cloakers, which again, I ran out of. I just can't do anything more with them. And then I took Iron Man, just the basic for more armor. Again, just beefing me up, making it harder for enemies to kill me while I get all those lovely frenzy bonuses. And then ammo, scavenger, unlock the portable saw, so that way I can always have my akimbos out. And then extra lead, just so that I can do more with my ammo, just in case I run out. I originally had Saw Massacre for the wear down and sawing through enemies, but I figured the overkill was going to give me more use than that. And yep, we already went through this, stable shot, and just so I can move and shoot, making it easier to be moving, killing enemies with my pistols, and then once I'm in melee range, I switch to the pounder for speed. And while this may not sound like much, this build has been working really well in terms of offense. Now, the main weaknesses are super long range. While the pistols are working at least somewhat in terms of accuracy, it is still a little awkward to do a long range shot with them. Cloakers again, and I really don't have any skills for helping people up. So my job is basically deal with the threats and let the other guys, help people up and do stuff like that. But the build has worked surprisingly well against the dozers, thanks to the rate of fire I'm getting from my pistols and the frenzy damages. I'm breaking the visor very quickly and then killing them even faster. If they do start training their shots on me, the bonuses from frenzy, as well as the additional armor that I'm getting from this, and my Sociopath bonuses are just keeping me alive. And a very fun twist of fate, I recently did Hotline Miami on Overkill, and at the top when the three dozers showed up, I basically took all three of them out by myself and basically didn't take any health damage. They were dying before they could even get a shot off. And this Psycho build is just fantastic, and that's why I wanted to make this little video about it. It's, as long as you have the Hotline Miami 2 expansion, it's very easy to get. I have the Wolf Pack is basically for anyone who either buys a DLC or got from the original Payday, so it's not that hard to get. And Akimbo is just, well, Akimbos. So if you want to see more, if you want to see actual plays of Payday 2, including showing off this build, or if you'd like me to try out some other builds or get crazy with some other ideas, let me know in the comments below. I may still do some Payday 2 actual runs, but that all depends on how many people are interested in that and might get some crews together for it. So, that's going to do it for this video. If you enjoy it, be sure to share with your friends, and of course, like and subscribe to the channel. Check out game-wisdom.com, where I examine the art and science of games. Subscribe on Twitch and Twitter under GW Bycer to get the latest updates when content goes live. And you can find me on Patreon under Game Wisdom. Donations would be greatly appreciated. They'll allow me to keep putting out great content, support myself, and I'll be able to add more if we can hit some of those goals. So, that's going to do it. Hope you enjoy this little play or this little reveal of my Psycho build, and I will see you all next time. Have a great night, folks.